All right, y'all. So this episode was an hour and 30 minutes long, or an hour and 20 minutes long, I should say. Now, they knew that they had to give us an extra long ending because this season was so short. It was only 6 episodes. I will say, though, that I did not expect for the ending to be so smooth. Given the fact that it was 6 episodes, given the fact that it was so short, I think making this last episode long was definitely a great choice because it could have, I don't know, it could have felt even more condensed. I'm just glad that it seems like they already renewed for season two. Like, and the plot points are left in a really good place to open up for season. It's just like, let's get into it. Let's talk about it. So I'm gonna try to talk as quickly as possible because like we have so much to go through because this is such a long episode. So just bear with me, all right? So the episode takes us back, right? We see when Valia kills Dorothea, except we see it now through Tula's eyes, through her follower's eyes. Um, and Tula's just like, oh my gosh, Valia, what have you done? Obviously, Francesca's in the middle here. Kasha is here too, obviously. And Kasha's just like, girl, we need to just speak the truth. Like, everybody gonna drag us. And Valia's like, you know what? You're right. We are just gonna speak the truth. The truth was that she killed herself, and she was in anguish over Mother Raquela's death. And Tula wasn't having it. Like, she runs off and ends up telling Valia that she's pregnant. And of course, this whole time I'm just like, what happened to Desmond? How did it end up like this? And Valia tells Tula, like, don't worry, honey. Don't worry, sweetie. We're going to take care of the baby, honey. You ain't got nothing to worry about. When I'm Mother Superior, we can do whatever we want. And this is our family now. Sisters above all. That's what Valia says. And Desmond ain't no sister. Okay. Desmond ain't no sister. You talking about sisterhood above all. And that's what had Tula making the decision that she did. But I mean, even then, Tula was side-eyeing Valia like, girl, you're going to definitely try and manipulate this child just like you try and manipulate everybody else around you, no shade. So in this scene, the Sook Doctor tries to transmute the virus and create an antiviral. It's the same process that Raquel used to transmute the poison. Like, the doctor's really confident that she can do it, but yeah, it definitely did not work. The virus was adapting and responding too fast. The Sook Doctor was like, I see it. The monster of Arrakis eyes. I see them. They're watching him. Then she says what she saw, like, or at least the virus or whatever was it's in humans, given nanotech. Like, we found that out, right? So Desmond tries to get the Swordmaster to testify against the Sisterhood. Of course, he won't. That's really the purpose of this scene while he was over here. Swordmaster over here telling a long story, girl. If I was the interrogator, I'd be like, boy, if you don't shut that stuff up, tell me a story about your daddy and monsters hiding in the population. I don't care, girl. Like, Swordmaster love to give these speeches, girl. Anyway. And that silly stuff gonna see the sword. And that's really done made me so mad, girl. Like, you done went to see the Swordmaster without any guards, without any backup, without anybody from the palace on your side. And now the Empress comes in on you, and it's just like, guess what? You're going to the cells as well. Like, you want to learn about power? I'm going to teach you a few things. And hopefully, hopefully you learn. Because it ain't no way. I think all y'all been underestimating the Empress so bad. Like, real, real bad. Ain't no way that Inez supposed to be a sister. She trying to be a sister and she getting dragged like this. Like, girl, he's a traitor. What you think of? Like, no guards, no nothing. You don't have nobody on your side? Girl. Child, the Emperor acting foolish just as well. Gonna tell Francesca to stay on planet. My wife knows about us. This is Javi Co. He is so clueless and delusional. My wife knows about us. She'll be happy to end the charade. It's just like, yeah, girl, your wife will be happy to end the charade. Yes, of course. But for you to sit there and think that she's not going to leave here with something, like, for you to be really chilling, like, oh yeah, my wife, it's fine. Like, oh my God, I cannot believe this man was so relaxed. Like, his wife is fine with it. When, of course, I'm sure his wife knows whatever. But to me, his wife is one of the most ambitious people in that palace. Like, you really think she just gonna lay down and let you do whatever? Like, you think she just gonna be chill? Like, he was really relaxed, bro. Like, he was reclined and relaxed in bed, shirtless with Francesca. I'm like, bro, you have severely, severely underestimated your wife, bro. Like, 100%. 100%. Then someone comes in his room and tells him that Inez has been arrested, girl. Like, Francesca says the same thing to Mother Valia, right? Who's like, all right, this emperor has to be removed. We must save Inez, and by removed, Valia definitely means kill. And Francesca knew that this moment might come, but she's still talking about, no, wait, Valia, it's fine. My imprint still holds. He wants to give me he wants to give me Ness mantle. Like, he wants to give me the Empress's mantle. I'm just like, girl, are you really that delusional? I feel like when, Papa Pope, who ran B16, was talking to Olivia Pope about, I'm gonna run away with the president. Papa Pope looked in her face like, girl, you must. He's like, girl, you are dumb as rocks, and I ain't a rock, so I don't know where you got it from. Like, he looked in Olivia Pope's face and said, First Lady. He's like, girl, I taught you better than that. You didn't even Empress Secretary of State, girl. Like, Haviko and, I would say Francesca are in this delusion that, okay, we could just have the Emperor Empress divorce and there'll be no fallout whatsoever and we can just run away and be happy. I'm just like, girl, y'all have got to be kidding me. Valia's like, come on now, sis. You and the Emperor can't seriously think a divorce would make sense right now. It would put the whole Imperium on a course to war. We're going to free the princess and then use Theo's powers to help us, right? So here, young Valia shows her crew Raquela's great work, right? And they end up matching Haviko with Natalia. Makes sense. Valia says, we're going to need someone to keep him occupied until Natalia's ready to stand by his side. Obviously, that's Francesca. It's time to do some imprinting. I'm not talking about 3D printing. I'm not talking about none of that. I'm talking about it's time to do some imprinting. Valia's like, yep, they'll have a daughter and she will be our empress. After she dismisses the others, Valia shows Tula that her child, Desmond, has incredible potential. He could shape the trajectory of worlds, is what Valia says. Valia says, we can guide him together. He is destined for great things. Like, okay, girl. At this point, and you can see it in Tula's face, at this point, Tula's like, all right, you have to get your hands off my baby. He ain't even in the world yet. Get your plans off my baby. Oh my gosh. Present day Tula says to the computer, we need to figure out the inhuman thing that the Sook doctor detected, right? She says it's something that grew stronger the harder that she fought. And we find out, okay, it's nanotech, a viral technology that lives dormant in our cells, that has been engineered to kill on command. Tula wants to figure out how Desmond triggers the attack so that she can disarm him. And on a rule, or Siri, she tells Tula like, well, girl, I don't know what to tell you, mama. Like, you're gonna have to off your son, bro. And Tula's like, I ain't going for that. Like, I'm just gonna go. I'm gonna leave the planet. I'm gonna go. And sister Vila over here, she's shaking, girl. Oh my gosh, where is Tula? She's shaking, honey, like vibrating. How could she abandon her position? How could she abandon her post in such a time like this? Sister Avila is over here shaking. Somebody get her a stabilizer or some sort, like a very strong, sturdy chair, rocking chair, so she could sit down. And to me, I'm just like, girl, knowing that you witnessed how Valia took over, like, you over here shaking and rattling, girl. Like, you would think that Avila would be the first one to be quiet. You would think that given what she done experienced, given what she knows about Valia and Tula, like, you would think that she would be the first one to keep them lips closed. But she over here, hyperventilating, girl. She walking on the hallways in school, you know what I mean? The bell ain't even rung, and she's switching class like, oh my gosh, where's Tula? Avila! Avila! I did enjoy this moment of Jen getting tricked by Lila. Who is currently Mother Dorothea, and she escapes. Could you please loosen these restraints? I've been in the tank for so long. Girl, Jen, she got you good. Here come the Emperor, girl, Bashar. Who gave you permission to arrest my daughter? Haviko is so dumb, girl. Like, this whole episode, Haviko is getting dragged left and right. Left and up and down all across town. Your own daughter got arrested under your nose, bro, in your own palace, bro. You didn't even know, girl. Haviko. So Desmond is just like, girl, your daughter was trying to free the sword master, the traitor, so your wife told me to arrest her. And Haviko tries to send his wife on a world tour or something. Like, you want to talk to the people, girl? I'm going to make sure that you got good tour stops on this. on this world tour. Like, he really sending her on a world tour to keep her away from the palace. And my thing is like, girl, even if you were successful at keeping your wife away from the palace, she would still be scheming circles around you from planets away. She would still have you wrapped up in a cobweb, trying to send her off. Like, that is hilarious to me. Desmond says, these Bene Gesserit are trying to undermine your rule, and he don't believe it. He's trying to bring them back. He's just like, oh, Mother Superior and all this. I was like, all right, girl, all right. So Lila as Dorothea comes to the acolytes, right? Like, they gagging. They gagging, because, like, they're like, girl, she here, Lila, like, girl, we thought you was dead, girl. Lila is not gagging at all. In fact, she mad. She's just like, girl, where's Valia? Where's Tulip? Matter of fact, Valia said I died from suicide? Absolutely not. And of course, the acolyte is putting it together. Emmeline, zealot self, she gonna put it together, right? She's like, oh, I've been reading about these people. Girl, and then Dorothea gonna say, wait, Valia is Mother Superior? And then Dorothea opens up her razor, because we are on iPhones now, but she done got killed so long ago, she's still on the razor and stuff, and the Nokia and stuff. You see what I'm saying? So Dorothea open her razor phone, and she start dialing the number like, oh girl, I know my sisters is here. Like, she really calling, and she getting voicemail. She asking the acolytes, okay, so where is sister blah blah? Where is sister, Mama, Miss Mama? It's like, where's sister Mama Mia? And the acolytes look at her like, girl, we ain't got no new students. The acolytes are like, girl, we ain't got no new students. I don't know what you talk about. You dialing the phone trying to call somebody, and they ain't picking up, girl. Like, she's like, where are my classmates at? Dorothea's like, where are my classmates at, girl? The bell rang 5 times today, and I ain't see nobody when we was changing periods. When we was changing classes, Dorothea, I didn't see none of your good Judys, none of your good sisters. I don't know. I don't know where they at, girl. Like, and so Lila gagging, or Dorothea is gagging, like, because the acolytes are looking at her like, we don't know where they at. Like, your sisters are not here. They're not in the break room. They're not out, in the back having a smoke. Like, girl, Valia dealt with them. All right. So it was crazy when Sister Jen, like, really dislocated her thumbs to get out of the restraints. I was like, oh my gosh. But she did. Jen tells Miss Zealot here that Tula saved Lila's life, but Lila's ancestors have taken over, obviously. Lila finds out that the Mentat files have been erased, and only one person could have done that, the Mother Superior Valia Harkonnen, as Dorothea says that names with such venom. I love it. The actress who plays Lila here just absolutely eats the difference between Lila and Dorothea, and Raquel. Like, it was so fun to watch her act those scenes out. We do love talent on this channel. We love talent, okay? We love talent. All right, so Valia goes to the palace, and she's like, first she's at the gates, right? She's like, oh, well, the Emperor has called upon me, and they let her in. And I'm just like, dang, y'all guards don't have a list, of people on y'all iPads or whoever to see who's allowed in the palace and who not. How can she just walk up to the palace gates? And I get that she's Mother Superior, so it does make sense. Like, okay, well, I'm not going to say no to the Mother Superior, and I'm just like a little guard or something. Like, girl, if she want to come in here, she could come in here. Y'all deal with that stuff later, girl. I don't get paid enough for this. Like, I can understand that. But at the same time, it's like, okay, y'all are guards. Like, she just walking in here, girl. I thought that was funny. Either way, we see Sister Theo use her powers here, and I was definitely wondering at the beginning who she's going to turn into. We find out later, of course. Mother Valia gives Francesca a needle coated in metacyanide, and this silly emperor comes to his wife trying to threaten her. Like, how could you imprison my daughter? I'm sending you away on a world tour. You better recoup the coin if we put it into it. Bang, bam. Like, she's gonna be on world tour. How the guy really thought he was gonna send his wife on a world tour? Like, I am really here crying, y'all, because like he's been so stupid this whole season. You really gonna look in your wife's face and think that she gonna go down without a fight? I don't know. It's so arrogant and cocky. I don't know how you can look in that woman's face and see and just be like, just real chill about violating her and like, or even just acting like she's not gonna reach for the absolute, stars, knowing how the Bene Gesserit annoyed her. It's just like he been underestimating her this whole entire time, and she got tired of it, girl. I'm crying, girl. So he comes trying to threaten her, and she was like, guess what? You're not gonna do any of that. I'm not going anywhere. I'm not putting on no heels and stockings and getting a microphone, getting these high fans on my face. You know what I mean? From stage to stage to stage. I'm not putting together a set list. I'm staying here. I'm staying here in the palace, girl, like you got to be kidding me. She's like, guess what? You're going to wear that crown and you're going to play your part. And then Desmond walks out. Like, girl, I'm not going anywhere. But going forward, this is what the Empress said. Going forward, my counsel will not be ignored. And I'm like, bro, these things have been brewing, Haviko. What have you been doing, bro? What have you been doing? You laid up with Francesca. You laid up with Francesca while people plotting on you, bro. Ooh, I love this scene because Mother Valia sits on the throne and she does look sickening. I ain't gonna lie. She looks sickening on that throne. I mean, she's been there this whole time. Like, let's be real. But she tells the Emperor off. She's, of course, with the goal of being arrested. She says, girl, you ain't never been nothing. You ain't never gonna be nothing. You ain't never gonna amount to nothing. Your daddy wasn't nothing. Your mama wasn't nothing. Your uncle wasn't nothing. Your son it ain't nothing. Ain't nothing. She said, you're a weak man. You ain't never been in charge of nothing. You ain't never made one decision. You is not smart. You is not kind. And you is not important. That's what she said. And Haviko sitting up there like he getting red on Real Housewives, like he just don't even know what to do. Like his face blank. Oh my gosh, why are you doing this to me? Why are you saying this to me? Like this secret, like imagine this secret society of sisters who are like advising houses and great houses. Like imagine Aes Sedai or something walk up to you, girl, and you're gagged that they have a secret plan. I'm just like, Haviko, what did you think they were up to? You think they just wanted to serve the houses out of the kindness of their heart? They was getting something out of it. How did you become emperor? Like, they was getting something out of it. I just don't. It's so crazy when the imperialists act gagged that they're getting colonized, like they're getting dragged. You see what I'm saying? Like, girl, you're getting dragged and you can't even see it because you're so cocky. So they arrest her. I mean, she literally wanted that to happen, like I said. Because I'm sure if the Empress was the one in charge she is, but you know what I mean? Like, if she was the one with the crown and sitting on the throne and Mother Superior said that stuff to her, I don't know if Mother Superior would be surviving for she would probably Empress would probably run a sham trial, but at the end of it, best believe, Mother Superior is going to, and the Bene Gesserit, all y'all getting demoted. But, you know, Mr. Emperor just puts her in the cells, or wants to put her in the cell. That definitely does not do that. Definitely not successful with that. Now, when Lila grabs this crowbar or whatever, I was like, oh yeah, she finna mess up some faces. I was like, what is she about to do? What is she about to do? You know, but she ends up just starting the process of draining the water, and we come back to that. So I did love this scene of young Valia and her crew literally killing off the sisters who were resistant. I loved this because I was like, girl, how did Valia even become Mother Superior with all the opposition, right? That's kind of what I wanted to see. I was like, okay, I get it that she just killed the leader, Dorothea, but I wanted the season to show me how exactly she solidified herself as Mother Superior when there was clearly so much going on. And this is definitely, this is how she did it. Valia was just like, if you don't like my leadership, you can follow Mother Dorothea's example. Choose. They were choosing. They were choosing, they were dropping is what they, like flies is what they were doing. Sister Avila was the only one who said, fine, girl, fine. I will serve you. With that same George Washington wig, like, y'all gotta stop playing with me. Sister Avila gotta stop playing with me, bro. But yeah, Sister Avila was like, girl, I don't want no problems. I just didn't took my pills for the evening. Like, I'm about to cook me something on the stove. I didn't had some things to knit. I got stuff to do. It's fine. Whoever wanted to be Mother Superior, that's fine. She's like, as long as I got my stuff that I can knit, I can crochet, I got my rocking chair. Like, she don't care what y'all She don't care what y'all talk about. You hear me? So, of course, Princess Inez and the Swordmaster are in the suspension cells, but not for long. I love how Inez was like, Mother Superior behind you. Girl, she didn't care. She's like, I don't care. Theo got them. Mother was using that voice. Superior was using that voice. You hear me? So, I have a question about this because we find out that Theo transformed into Inez, but she wasn't Inez at the end, right? Like, she wasn't, right? Because that guard who stabbed Desmond, right? That was supposed to be her, right? Please let me know. Please. I hope I'm not going crazy. Okay, so the Empress now wants to tell the Great Houses that the Sisterhood was responsible for the assassination attempt so that they can get them out of there. But when she finds out that Mother Superior is in the holding cell or going to the holding cell with the other prisoners, she walks out of there like, oh, I bet she is, girl. She grabs that dress and keeps it moving. Okay, here's the moment I was talking about where this guard stabbed Desmond and was just like, sisterhood above all. At first, I was just like, maybe this soldier is still under the influence of Valia's voice, right? But then I was just like, well, it looks like those are Theo's powers, so that's probably Theo who, said sisterhood above all and then went out. So I'm guessing that's what it is. Just let me know what y'all think about that. So here, Haruko knows the Bene Gesserit are at his neck. He finds out that Francesca had come to kill him and that he was imprinted. He ain't never controlled nothing in his life like Mother Superior told him. Haruko's like, you know what? The one thing I can actually control in all this is how I go out. And so he stabs himself. And I'm just like, you know what? That really was the only solitary thing that you could control in this whole situation. You are 100% right about that. You just go on out. Just lights out, clock out, pink slip, whatever you have to do. Get him out of here. And get him out of here. And so the Empress finds Francesca weeping over Haruko, and she kills her with her own needle. I was like, oh my gosh. I done told y'all to keep y'all eye on this Empress. I done told y'all. And now she's off in Bene Gesserit. And the Emperor was like grabbing at her dress for help. And she snatched that dress back like, oh my gosh, finally this man is about to die. Finally this man is dead. And she ends up running out the room like, oh my gosh, the Emperor has been murdered. The Emperor has been murdered. Oh my gosh, I was cackling, girl, because I'm like, y'all really underestimate, and I know I keep saying this, but I'm like, y'all really thought she was just going to be an ornament. Like, y'all really thought that this woman, like the Emperor, y'all really thought that the Empress was just going to sit around and be a pretty face, pretty ornament. I'm like, girl, you should know that was not the woman that you married. You should have known that. And as soon as Francesca came skipping and hopping inside the palace, like she did last episode, you should already know that Nat was having none of that. You should already know that, okay? Now, Mother Dorothea had emptied out the big pool in the middle of the courtyard or whatever and showed them that Valia killed her followers, right? She's like, the sisterhood has lost its way, but I will not be silenced again. And, I was like, okay, they giving sis this crowbar again. Like, what is she going to do? What else she got to do? Girl, they went down there and destroyed those thinking machines. Do you hear me? Valia and Tula going to come back so gagged when they see all their iPads and and they MacBooks and they, you know what I mean? Just scattered all over the place. They Apple Watches. You see what I'm saying to you? They tablets. They are going to be gagged. Lila came down there with I'm breaking dishes up in here all night. She came in there. All right, so here we see the moment where young Tula gives Desmond away. She wants him to be free and not be held by the will of the sisterhood, by Valia, by Tula, by anybody's plans, which, you can really understand why she makes that decision, because you ain't getting away from the sisterhood if they got their claws in you. Like, that's just it. That's just it. So she trades the baby for a stillborn one, obviously to trick Valia and the sisterhood, blah, blah, blah. So really sad moment. I think, I'm going to say this all the time, but like the actresses who have to play the young versions of the older ones, I think everybody's amazing, but I can only imagine how difficult of a task it must be to like come in and try and play a version where the character is younger, and you have to like facilitate that, organize that with the actress who's playing the older version. It's just, I can only imagine how difficult it is, and I think they are really knocking it out of the park. So real quick, I love this because I think it's going to come into play for season 2. Real quick, we find out that Hera has indeed been spying on Valia. It seems like he got some good info, so we're going to see what that leads to. Now, Valia, Inez, and the Swordmaster land at the fuel depot or whatever, but Desmond's people are not far behind. So Valia says to Inez and the Swordmaster, like, go ahead, y'all go ahead. I'm gonna slow them down, and slow them down. She really did. Valia came. I love seeing Miss Mother come down them steps. I did. I got my life. I ain't gonna lie. I ran that back like a couple times, y'all. Like when she came down them steps, stay where you are. Defend me, girl. She was using that voice. And I'm like, girl, I know y'all need a couple lozenges or something, because that boy, I know that it be making y'all go hoarse, because I just almost coughed doing that stuff. Just kill him, defend me. Girl, ate that. They were twirling. They didn't even know what to do, mama. Like, I loved it. And when she finally got to plot armor Desmond, she said, what did she say? Desmond Hart, you say you see my end. Show me. And I'm like, oh my God. She said, girl, kill me if you can. Kill me if you can. I bet you won't. Valia, where you get all this? Oomph from? Like, where you get that from, girl? Was it your annoying mama? Y'all was just as annoying as each other. Was it your annoying mama? That's where you got it from, girl. And your uncle was real shady too. So Desmond tries to kill her, right? He begins to set off the virus, and they both burning up. You hear what I'm saying? I love that we got to see what it looks like when someone is being burnt up. Like we saw inside Valia's mind, like we saw inside of Kasha's mind when she was getting burnt up. Now the switch from older Valia to younger Valia, when she was on the ice, I just loved it so much, with her hair flowing and everything. It was fun. And it's like a nightmare of her trying to save Griffin again. But we're gonna switch real quick, because here Inez and the Swordmaster have their little fight moment, and I'm just like, all right, y'all, I guess like y'all had all this training and stuff. I'm just like, okay, y'all wanted to show it off. Now when Tula makes it to the destination, she finds out that it is like, I think there's like alarms going off. They've like sectioned off some part of it, and she finds Valia, and she's like, you cannot fight it. It's not human. It's a machine. At the same time, she's having these visions about Griffin, right? Tula's like, you have to let go of your fears. Obviously, that's easier said than done, right? Tula's like, let go of all the fear and the pain. You can't run from it. You have to face it, and face it she does. I love these shots of Valia turning around, facing the storm. She said, I see the worm. It's coming. And Tula says, well, just let it come. And now she sees Desmond's like vision or whatever he claimed to see, whatever, of him being swallowed by the worm. But to me, the most important thing is that she sees a thinking machine extract Desmond's eye, give him the power of the virus, and then put his eye back or whatever. And I'm like, yo. But Valia's speaking like somebody has done, like somebody has used the thinking machines to do it. It's not like, oh, a random thinking machine just randomly caught him, and well, obviously, but like someone's using the thinking machines to do it. She didn't catch a face on it, but whoever has put a thinking machine inside of Desmond, she's like, his eye is the weapon, and she goes for it. Like Valia goes for it. She reaches out to kill Desmond, and Tula stops her with the voice, stop. She belted that note. She hit that note. I wonder if y'all can hit whistle tones with that. It'd be too deep for that, but I want y'all to try. Anyway, I was gagged as much as Valia was. But this is when Tula tells Valia that, hey, that guy's my son. Yes, I lied to you this whole time. And Valia's acting gagged, like, oh my gosh, why would you lie to me? You would really lie to me this whole time, for years, all this time? Yes, girl, to protect him from you. What do you think? Everybody acting gagged. Emperor acting gagged that he got offed. Valia acting gagged that she got lied to. Like, you can't be gagged, Valia. Valia ends up saying to Tula, you know what? I'll just trust you to take care of it this time. And I'm just like, okay, I hope that you actually mean that and are not going to go and to do some underhanded, shisty, nasty stuff that you always do, girl. Like, I don't know what you want me to tell you. Now, Desmond is obviously gagging that his mom is reaching out to him and stuff. But, you know, like, I loved how the actors in the scene chose to just act the scene, act it out. Like, it was so beautiful, like Desmond's initial rejection, and then Tula still reaching out her hand, like, you know, I am your mama, like, and I know you want to know more, like, and I know you do, right? And it's clear on Desmond's face that he does, but, you know, he says arrest him. He says arrest her anyway. And the final shots are of Inez, the Swordmaster, and Mother Superior making it to Arrakis. So, I don't know. I think they set this season, the next season up really good. Like, they set it up really good. Like, I can't wait to see how Tula survives in captivity. Obviously, she's gonna make it out. She is a Bene Gesserit sister after all. Like, let's not play any games with her. Obviously, we know that Valia has been getting eavesdropped on, so we're gonna see where that leads her. Haviko is dead, and now the Empress is wielding power with Desmond. Like, it's so good. It's so good. Like I said, the show has been renewed, so I will definitely be reviewing it whenever it comes back, because I'm like, y'all ate me up with this writing. I think, like I said in the beginning of this video, that the ending, the finale for this could have been much, much worse, especially given that it is a 6-episode season. Like, it really could have felt rushed, super duper rushed. It could have felt just, even, like I said, even more condensed than it already is, because it's a 6-episode season. But I would say that those extra 20 minutes or whatever gave y'all, it was a really good choice. That was a really good choice. So I'm just really happy that it ended like this, so that season 2, like, first of all, can make sense. But I hope that we get some more episodes for season 2. Like, clearly these writers know how to handle what they're, like, know what they're doing, right? So just give them some more episodes so that we can get our lives fully, because this was a very good introduction to this kind of show, to this part of the timeline, the Dune lore. I just think that it's so smart. Y'all ate this show up, and I can't wait for more. Let me know what y'all thought of this episode, whether you thought it was a good send-off or not for season 1. Thank you so much for watching. Love y'all so much, and I'll catch y'all later. Peace. Make sure that you're going to www.zeraxia.com. When you join the waitlist there on the site, you will be the first to be notified when I drop my sequel. Also, you'll immediately get chapter 1 of my upcoming sequel of the upcoming book sent to your email as a PDF. So check that out. Also, this is a different excerpt from my upcoming book, so you definitely want to pause to read if you're trying to get your life. Keep in mind that this upcoming book, this sequel, is following up the first book that is already released, called Zeraxia, Wrath of the God King. I released it a few years ago. It was my introduction to writing, fantasy and stuff. So just go easy on me. But either way, as you can see here, it's given 4.9 stars. It's given 4.9 stars. So yeah, check out Zeraxia, Wrath of the God King while you wait for Zeraxia, The Vengeance of Coldwind, right? And go to Zeraxia.com, sign up, join the waitlist, get your free chapter. Thank you so much.